Hello students, today we shall discuss on the topic problem, prospect and scope of integrated farming system. Introduction. Integrated farming system is the scientific integration of different interdependent and interacting farm enterprises for efficient use of land, labor, capital and other required resources or means available to the farmers to raise them for profitability to provide year-round income. It involves utilization of primary and secondary produce of one system as basic input of the other system and mutually integrating as one whole unit. Integrated farming system is the only answer to the problem of increasing food production, for increasing income and for improving the nutrition of small-scale farmers with limited resources. It interacts adequately with environment without dislocating the ecological and socio-economic balance on one hand and attempts to meet the national goals on the other. Therefore, there is need to develop suitable integrated farming systems since single crop production enterprises are subject to a high degree of risk and uncertainty because of seasonal, irregular and uncertain income and employment to the farmers. Problems of integrated farming system. Though the system is known to be beneficial and feasible, the actual adoption rates of integrated farming are still limited and unevenly spread among farmers due to certain constraints and problems faced by them, such as number 1, more time for management. In initial phase, integrated farming system required more time for management. Close crop monitoring is an important part of integrated farming system which will need to increase time requirement for the system. Number 2, labor shortages where the family size is small. Number 3, uncertainty of water resources. Number 4, insufficient supply of electricity. Number 5, high cost of labor. Number 6, inadequate marketing and poor price for farm commodities. Number 7, lack of coordinated extension service. Number 8, lack of knowledge on integrated aspects of enterprises. Number 9, uncertainty of rainfall. Number 10, lack of credit support and quality input. Number 11, location specific. Integrated farming system is location specific and farmer specific. The customs, taboos, practices and traditions of different communities and people are different. So, a system which is compatible and profitable for a particular location may not be fit to recommend for other different situations. Number 12, conducting off-campus farmers training programs and lack of proper linkages among research, extension, administration, input agencies and clienteles leading to poor technology transfer. Number 13, scattered land holdings coupled with subdivision and fragmentation that leads to poor investment, improper choice of crops and enterprises, adoption and meager profitability. Number 14, non-availability of certain critical inputs and lack of certain infrastructure facilities such as goods road, storage, etc. Number 15, lack of credit facility. For developing infrastructure of different components to be integrated, more capital investment is needed at the beginning, for which easier credit facility is a must for the poor farmers. Hence, suitable policies are to be framed to encourage farmers to adopt profitable enterprise combinations that enhance the livelihood opportunities of farmers and in turn enrich the environment for benefiting the future generation. The prospect. Integrated farming may have a general impact on development of human beings in general and farmers in particular, both in material and social terms. Thus, the prospects of integrated farming system in India are very bright because of the following reasons. Number 1, in India, many farmers are not self-sufficient, but in integrated farming system, because of the involvement of different systems, there is substantial and continuous generation of knowledge and return. It can make the farmers self-sufficient as well as self-reliant. Number 2, poor farmers and landless farmers can be assisted to create continuous income and hence may participate in the development process of the country. As external inputs to the systems are very much reduced, integrated farming system has also a great potential in reaching higher levels of income. While the needs of the poor can be adequately addressed, there is possibility of meeting their aspirations of higher income. Number 3, in areas where farmers are facing the problems of land fragmentation, integrated farming system will go a long way to address this problem by giving more opportunity for productive activities of different components suited to fragmented lands. Number 4, by contributing more to the household security, integrated farming system can improve the welfare of women. It provides for better utilization and distribution of labor round the year by engaging in many subcomponents like mushroom cultivation, beekeeping, sericulture, etc., which are suitable for women folk. Thus, household security is increased. Number 5, integrated farming system offers unique opportunities for maintaining and extending biodiversity. The emphasis in such system is on optimizing resource utilization rather than maximization of individual elements in the system. Animals and plants of high genetic potentials and specialized outputs are required in integrated farming system. So, they are conserved, protected and utilized. Number 6, looking at the large-scale environmental pollution because of heavy use of external inputs like pesticides, fertilizers and emission of gases like methane and irregular disposal of agricultural byproducts, integrated farming system will have a great scope in addressing these problems and maintaining the sustainability of the system by reducing dependence of external inputs such as agrochemicals and utilizing the waste which will otherwise pollute the environment. Number 7, rehabilitation and renewal of degraded environments. Number 8. Livelihood enrichment through diversification and common property resource utilization. Number 9. Conservation of nature as well as biodiversity. The scope of integrated farming system. Farming enterprises include crop, livestock, poultry, fish, and tree crops, plantation crops, etc. Combination of one or more enterprises with cropping, when correctly chosen, planned, and executed, gives greater dividend than a single enterprise, especially for small and marginal farmers. Farm as a unit is to be considered and planned for effective integration of the enterprises with crop production activity. Integration of farm enterprises to be combined on many factors such as: number 1. Soil and climate features of the selected area. Number 2. Availability of resources, land, labor, and capital. Number 3. Present level of utilization of resources. Number 4. Economics of proposed integrated farming system. Number 5. Managerial skill of the farmer. Since the benefits of Green Revolution has been exhausted, and by observing its impact on environment, an evergreen revolution that eliminates chemical use, reduces irrigation, and produces long-term sustainable growth in yields to feed the world's grain population has become need of the hour. In developing countries like India, where population growth has been increasing in an alarming rate and the agricultural productivity is not up to the extent to produce more food, fiber, fodder, and fuel from less land, there is a wide scope of implementing integrated farming system which will boost the production and also enhance self-employment opportunities. So, it is now the right time for us to convert weakness into strength, threats into opportunities, loss into savings, and destruction into development by adopting farming system research, leading the nation to meet the food security challenges coming ahead. Developmental research on location-specific and agroecological system basis should be emphasized. To exploit the benefit of science and technology for achieving consistent development in agriculture, better livelihood, and socio-economic standard, it is indispensable to transform subsistence agriculture into a viable industry which would take care of the above challenges and constraints into active consideration. Thus, the farming system perspective of research is the most opportune and perhaps the only pathway that can ensure food security under the constrained conditions. Conclusion. So, it can be concluded that integrated farming system is the management of very complex technical system of soil, plants, and animals and their interaction and interdependence. In order to mitigate the risks and uncertainties of crop enterprise, farmers essentially integrate allied farm enterprises which can maximize the returns and ensure even distribution of income throughout the year. The farmer's livelihood is endangered by the degradation of natural resources. Hence, a farming method with optimum utilization of natural resources to produce maximum output is of utmost importance. Thus, an approach for a farming system that introduces a change in farming technique for high yield as a whole has now become indispensable for an efficient and effective sustainable farming by promoting an integrated farming system with the objectives of enhancing food production, maintaining goods that contribute to food security and rural livelihoods, and economic vitality.